Hello everyone, this is Direwolf20 and welcome to episode 22 of Direwolf20's OmniFactory series, where we've got auto-crafting up and running, and I'm working towards all the different machines that I didn't realize I needed. I got the main ones I needed, but now I'm doing the extra ones that I need. And to be fair, a lot of these machines that I'm auto-crafting or working to get auto-crafting with are going to be what we need going forward anyway. So we're going to need these eventually. So I'm making like the advanced cluster mill. This is what makes those foil things. That's right, I went mining for a bit. I got myself a really nice amount of coal, like a really nice amount of coal. I found a nice coal vein and mined it for days. I wish that this coal would smelt into more than one coal piece at a time, right? Like I can pulverize it into crushed coal, and then I can get impure piles of coal dust, or I could ore wash it a bit, right? What if I went like full-blown purified coal, thermal centrifuge, pulverizes into coal dust, which can that be processed into coal? Yeah, it can in the autoclave. Okay, so there is a way probably to get a little bit more, but like, I mean, I don't know if the amount of resources we get from the large veins that we have, I don't know if it's worth it to put in all that time and effort to do that. We're going to need more energetic. Yeah, we're definitely going to need more of that. Let's get half a U and a half a U and a full of U and a mixer. You guys mix. Do the energetic alloy thing for me, would you? While that's cooking, we can get this guy. And I've just been expanding this line, let me tell you. Advanced cluster mill. So I think between episodes, what did I work on? The macerator and the polarizer. Super cool, right? The cluster mill is now available to me, right? And I've been working a little bit on making more patterns. I taught it how to make patterns, right? So if I wanted to make more patterns right now, let's say I wanted to make 10 more, right? Clearly a lot of things that we don't know. But aluminum foil, that's one of the things that we're making the cluster mill for, right? So I think I want to teach you aluminum foil and tin foil because, you know, that we need a lot of as well. So we need you, and then we're also going to need aluminum foil, right? No, not tin foil. I don't want tin foil. I want the other foil, the tin alloy foil. And while you're at it, you should probably know how to make a tin alloy plate. And you know what we don't have down there is an alloy doohickey. We don't have one of those at all. And that's probably going to be a problem for me sooner than later. Macerator, polarizer, macerator. Oh, that's right, I didn't put an interface on you yet. How are you for interfaces? Can you make me one? We're a little bit shy on rubber, which I should teach how to make rubber sheets, right? So working my way towards auto-crafting, which has been a fun process so far, because it's exciting, right? So we can say, hey, make me an interface, and look at all the auto-crafting that's going to happen as a result. We are already deep into the auto-crafting chains, which is cool. Like, look at all these wirings happening, this stuff's happening, this thing's cooking, that thing's cooking. It's doing all the things, right? Doing all the things, which is super cool. I'm very excited that the things are happening in the way that they are. I wish I could get a wireless crafting terminal. Hopefully titanium's not that far away. I just have no idea like what tech level tier titanium's going to be at. But, you know, it's all good. I can hope, right? So we're making electronic circuits. Then we're going to make whatever else we need. More resistors, I guess. Cool. MV machine casings, good job. Look at it, it's all auto-crafting. The advanced assembly machine, to be fair, does a fair lot of work. He really does do a lot. That's where a lot of the crafting comes in, right? But our interface is up, boom, interface ready. So I can slap this bad boy. Also, super glad there's no channels. I'm already like well beyond the, like imagine if this pack had channels, it would be awful. It would be so bad. It would be so bad if they had channels. Holy cow, that would be horrible. It would probably be another level of difficulty for sure. So I'm really glad that that's not a thing, right? But the advanced cluster mill, you can get these dudes for me, right? Cool. So now if I wanted patterns, And I want to get 10 of those. What else are we missing? Coal dust, polyethylene sheets, and capacitors. So we definitely want to get capacitors taught. So I want you to be in that mode, right? Because you know how to make this, you know how to make this, you know how to make this. You don't know how to make the tin alloy itself. For that, we're going to need an alloy machine, right? We need an alloy guy down there. Alloy, we'll get the advanced alloy smelter, right? So what would be involved in making you? A lot of things that I don't currently have, actually. An empty machine hole and 2 of the tier 2 doohickeys processors. See how cool this is? How cool is this? We're going to need another crafting unit, but like imagine for a moment how much easier this is than it was 3 episodes ago, right? You know, clearly we need to wait for processing because we only have 1 processor dude, but we'll get there. We'll get there. We'll 100% get there. It's just now it's a matter of getting a lot accomplished, right? So in addition, we need some 4x copper nickel wire, which I don't know how much copper nickel we have. Not enough. So I think copper nickel is just copper and nickel, right? So let's copper nickel things up, shall we? And make the wires and stuff. And then what else did we need for you? We need some copper wire, right? Let's get 30 and some rubber sheets. You know what? I'll do it up here because that's the situation we're in. It's mostly about the crafting units now. All right, alloy smeltery time. Booyah. All the smelteries, all the alloys, all the things. 4x, energetic, cool. Yeah, I had my scanner on me because I went mining again, which was a good time. Right, so we're totally going to need that energetic alloy maker. Can we get another interface? Because that would be super cool. What am I missing to make an interface? At this point, just logic processors. Sweet. We are getting really, really good at auto crafting. Circuits, I'm going to need probably another 16 of you. You need some coal dust going on, huh? Coal dust. Dust, 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 dust. I have 4 coal dust. So I have to figure out like where the thing's broken. Oh yeah, that's right. We need more patterns too. We're gonna need totally more coal dust. Which coal dust do you think you need for a pattern? What do you need coal dust for? You probably? Yeah, I think actually that's the right coal dust. But what it's probably saying is we just don't quite have enough, right? So let's make some by hand. You know what? I'm going to drop it in this macerator because we don't have any more... where is my macerator? There he is. We don't have enough... we don't have enough patterns to teach it how to make coal dust, right? Like that's what we're trying to make more of his patterns right now. Cool. So let's get more patterns, and then we should be groovy. Is that good? And we need polyethylene sheets. So that's another thing that's on our kind of to-do list. Maybe that's what we'll work on a bit today. Can we automate polyethylene sheets at this point? I want to say the answer is yes. I really do. But I think what we're going to want is we're going to need... So to make polyethylene sheets, right? Polyethylene. Right, here's what we're going to need to do, right? Let's get this lineup going, right? We're going to need... Let's clear out all this and this. We got the alloy smelter. Cool. So we're going to want the fluid solidifier. We're going to want polyethylene. We're going to need ethylene and oxygen. Oxygen will come out of our basic centrifuge, which we already have one of. So we're going to have a basic centrifuge dedicated to making oxygen and hydrogen and voiding the hydrogen. Maybe we'll store some of it. I don't know. We'll see if I have a big storage unit available to me right now. Cool. And then from there, right, we need the ethylene. So you're going to come out of ethanol and sulfuric acid. Ethanol we're already automating, right? Sulfuric acid is the next thing we need to automate, which we can get in a chemical reactor between water and sulfur. And that usage is 30 EU a tick, so we can use a basic chemical reactor for that. right? And then that'll get me my ethylene. And that's also water and sulfur dust. I think that's doable. I think that's doable. Cool. So let's get these machines that we need, and I'm going to hook them up down here. And what I'd like to do is make this back wall a pure... and you know what I would like? A distillery and a brewery. Can we get some of those? Well, actually, I said this should be basic. This should be basic. Did we say advanced solidifier? Because we could probably do a basic solidifier. Let's do that. And then what we'll do is not advanced, but basic all the things. Okay, and this will be an LV line. So what I have to learn is how to transform power, because I haven't figured that out yet. Low voltage transformer. So voltage in 32, voltage out 8. That's not what we want. We want a medium voltage in 128, out 32. Amperage in 1, amperage out 4. Okay. I think we can do this. So I just need an LV machine hole. Yeah, totally, I can do that. We can totally do that. LV machine hole. Do we have any extra wrought iron? No. Smelting is a thing I don't have downstairs. Just putting that out there. Give me at least one so I can proceed with this transformer guy, right? And then we can run our wiring and stick with the MV line downstairs, right? And not have to run a wire like all the way from our LV battery that we have up here, and we'll be cool, right? So LV machine hole. We're gonna have to figure out exactly how this works, but it should be straightforward, I would think, right? We've got some 4x of you. I made a bunch of this, so let's wire you up. Are you still cooking, or are you like choking? No, you're still just cooking. That's cool. I'm down with a machine that's still cooking. Wire mill, take care of that for me. Thanks, Chief. Okay, so let me make all this stuff off camera, and then we'll come back, and I'd like to fully automate polyethylene, because I feel like we're going to need a lot of that, right? So having it fully automated and kept in stock for me would be cool. All right, guys, we are back, and it's nighttime and raining, so I don't know why I came back in the middle of that. I wound up also at one point moving my lava producer, because we were like sometimes getting good lava production, sometimes not, and I think it just wasn't in a good position, so moving it helped. I also went and chopped down some trees, which was a good time, and all this stuff is up and running. So let's recap, right? We've got our fluid solidifier, we've got our medium voltage transformer, we've got our 4x conductive iron cable. Do I have any more? I should have more, actually, 4x cabling in here if I did everything correctly. Energetic alloy cable. Yeah, that's what's up. Booyah. And you're back to program level 8. Okay, so let's recap, right? So we've got ethanol. So now we need to make sulfuric acid, which is basically just going to be sulfur in the chemical reactor with water, right? So you know what I want to get is another endervoir, because we're going to need a lot of water, right? So let's get our endervoir. We shouldn't have too much of a problem making another one of these. At the very worst, we might have to make this with a hammer, which is easy enough. And then endervoir, booyah, good to go. And do we have a couple buckets? Hopefully we do. Well, the other thing I'm going to want is some conduiting. I'd like the ender fluid conduits, if I can. I think that would be a smart move. For that, we're going to need more conduit binder. So let's get some. Booyah. And we're also going to want some vibrant alloy. So let's refresh our memory on how to make vibrant alloy. It's a blast furnace recipe between an ender pearl and an energetic alloy. Sweet. So let's get just a few. Let's get like 8 of you, because I don't want to go too crazy on this. And we'll get ready to cook this stuff up. Where's my mixer? There you are. Booyah. And then ender pearls, how are we for those? We have 4. We could use a little bit more. Let's get 16. Cool. And what's the stuff called that I mix you with? Pulsating dust. Cool. And you come from what? Smelting. You came from something. Ender pearl dust? electrolyzed ender eye. Am I crazy? Hang on. Pulsating dust from forestry. Let's check back on our old quests. Uranite dust will be able to be used for a source of uranium and radon, but for now you can smelt it into pulsating dust. Ah, uranite dust. Uranite dust. I knew it was something with uranium. So you smelt in, you pulverize into uranite dust, or what? So there's uranium-238 dust. Did this change? Let me play for a minute. Wait. Purified pile of uranite dust? Gets me uraninite. Is that the right stuff? Uraninite. Cool. And that comes from smelted uraninite ore, which we can smelt again into pulsating dust. That's what we're looking for. Yes, we have some uraninite. Beautiful. Beautiful. We did that so long ago, I totally forgot how it worked. Cool. But in the meantime, we'll be alright. Let's see. Are you done mixing? You should be. Right? And, yeah, I guess I'll do 16. We've been using energetic alloys a lot. We still have the problem if I leave this furnace running for too long. It causes kind of an issue, but it's not the end of the world. It's actually pretty fine. You actually have to leave it running for a really long time. Right? I just want to kick this off. And that should be groovy. I should look at doing that mob farming thing, too. It's a quest from a long time ago, so I have to imagine it's, like, not terrible. But we'll see. Let's get this set up, and then we'll do the fluid thing in a minute, right? So probably in the wall behind it, we're going to want to have... Hey, cool, we found the outside. Neat. But we're going to totally want... that. Cool. So that we can put our Endervore in here. We can get you, my little buddy. To get this thing nice and full. Okay. So our next step for polyethylene will be ethylene. So we needed the sulfuric acid, right? So that's going to be water that gets piped in all the time and sulfur. So do I want to store that in this thing or not really? I'm thinking not really. I don't think we need to store that, to be honest with you. In fact, I don't even know that I want to store this, to be totally honest with you. I might want to get rid of this altogether. So yeah, let's not have this in the loop, right? So you're making, and I think you need a circuit, which I probably know where that is. I think it's circuit with number 0 on it, right? Don't I have one of those? Maybe it's processor is what it's called. Programmed circuit. Really? I don't have a programmed circuit, Andy? Well, time to make one. Yay, auto crafting! How cool is that? Man, that is cool. Being able to auto craft like that is what's up. And remember, sulfuric acid is... Well, maybe it's not. I'm going to need one anyway in a minute, but we'll figure it out. So it's just water and sulfur. Now, I think I have a bunch of sulfur. So I'm just going to throw that in there for now. But also, there's a bunch of sulfur in the nether I can go get. There's, like, nether sulfur ore. So we'll do that in a minute. Hey, look at that. Quest complete. Nice. So we're going to want the chemical reactor here. You're going to be getting water, and you're going to get a bunch of sulfur going. Cool. Are my ender conduits ready yet? Or at least close? We're getting there. We're going to do 8 vibrants if you're done. Thanks, bro. Nice. I love how fast that thing is on the higher tier current. And like I said, I think I could get it even faster as we proceed down the line. So let's at least get one of you wired up. Pretty sure it's wiring that I need, right? There you are. Yeah, it is. Nice. That'll be good enough to get us started, and then we'll get more of this stuff in a little bit, right? So what needs water? You need water. You are a distillery, do not need water, and you need water. Okay, so let's get you on the up are extracting on green. You on the up will insert on green, extract on brown, and you on the east will insert on brown. Cool? Nice. Okay, so now with that cooking, we're gonna wanna plan for more wiring here, but then eventually what we'll probably do is have the wiring go underground, because there's a few more machines I'm sure that I'm gonna eventually need there. Right? Now you're doing what? Is that ender fluid conduits? It is. We're gonna probably wanna rearrange this a little bit, right? Because we're not gonna want this infinite water source anymore. So let's get rid of all these ender fluid conduits, because I'm gonna want power underneath these guys. So let's see if I can figure out how this thing works. Use soft hammer to invert. Starts as transform down, which is what we want, right? So what we'll want, let's pretend like energetic alloy cables are more expensive than the other ones. And I hope that this is right. And if it's not, we'll learn really fast. I feel like you should be running, and I feel like you're not. So you know what it might be? I'm assuming this is similar to IC2's mechanic of things. Do you have a sidedness? Oh, that's interesting. Okay. I see. Can you do that? No, so you seem to be exclusively connecting into the back of that dude. Okay, I can handle this. Right? So I'm going to say that this is probably the MV input side. So unlike IC2s, which, you know, you can insert in kind of any direction. Is that accurate? Are you running now? You are, but you're saying I'm struggling on power. Why would you be struggling on power right now? He actually might not be struggling on power. Remember, the machines have to go a full cycle before they decide that they're struggling on power or not. So that might go away in a second. Let's see. Once this is done progressing. Yes, no more errors. Hooray! So then we can put our conductive iron cables like so. And that's going to get everything going, right? So now the behind the scenes is where we're going to have a lot of the fluid transfers happening. Cool. So you are going to be like this, okay? So you're going to be insert on blue. And you're merely going to be extract on blue. So that should keep you filled up with water. Yes? Always active? Yes? Good job not listening at all. Hopefully you will eventually get there. If not, I might have to run the power behind and the fluids underneath, but we'll figure it out. Extract on blue, always active, insert on blue. I think that's working. I think it's actually working. Cool. All right, so biomass is green, so what you're going to do is extract on green, always active, and you're going to insert on green. Cool. Would you please do me the favor of working? Because that would be super great. Don't tell me you're sided, Greg Tech Machines. Don't tell me you're sided. I don't want to hear that. So we might actually wind up having to run the power behind and the fluids underneath. It's a thing we might have to do. It's a bummer, but I think it's a thing we're going to have to do. Let me just double check that I'm not like doing something really dumb, but extract on green, insert on green. This should be working, and it's not. So are these aren't item conduits, are they? No, they're ender fluid conduits, right? Yeah. So no, I'm totally doing this right. I'm second guessing myself because I know I do dire derps, and I don't want to do dire derps if I can avoid it. But that's an easy fix, right? We do that, and we run our power behind. And now you're gonna complain about power for the first iteration, but that's fine. Cool. All right, so you're gonna be insert on blue. You're gonna be nothing for a minute. You're gonna be nothing for a minute until I figure it out. And then you're gonna be extract on blue, always active. So that should have 64 going on. Cool, right? Now you're gonna be extract on green, always active, and you're gonna be insert on green, and that should be cool. Nice. Now for the fermenter, we need a program circuit of 0, so that's where that fermenter belonged. Biomass in the distillery, we need 1,000, right? So next iteration here, this should start cooking. And we might speed this up, but I'm hoping the fact that I'm going to be doing it so passively means that we don't need it to be much faster. But we'll find out. How great is that? And there's a pigman up there that I'm going to have words with. Listen, buddy. I know you think you're welcome here, but I'm sorry. You're not. Womp womp. Okay. So now we've got basically back up and running what we had before. Now in addition here, I want to insert blue as well. So this guy's also going to be an insert on blue so that he can start making the sulfur he needs to make. Cool? All right. So you're making ethanol, right? Ethylene is a combination of sulfuric acid and ethanol. And he's going to have an export of diluted sulfuric acid. So we're totally going to want some export trash can stuff, right? So let's get a fluid trash can if we can. You know what? I've got this fluid trash can. I don't feel like crafting this right now, so you're coming with me for a minute, buddy. Cool. And do I want the basic fluid filter? I might. I'm going to bring it with me just to be safe. Cool. So you're making sulfuric acid and filling up with water. Slowly but surely, but the process is happening, right? It's working. It's just not the fastest process in the world. But hey, sulfuric acid, so that's cool. So next machine that we're going to need is to combine those two, right? So we're going to need another chemical reactor. So I want the chemical reactor there, but I don't want you extracting biomass into him. So what I might do, you know what I'm going to do? We're going to use biomass as lime. Cool. And that should continue to work just fine. Okay. Because what's going to happen here is I'm going to place this chemical reactor and he might get the wrong fluid, right? So these guys both need to extract and go into this one. So you're going to extract on orange. Do you look more of an orange or a brown ethanol? How about ethanol can be brown? It sounds like a good one for ethanol. And you're going to also extract on brown, actually. And you're going to insert on brown, which means you should get both. If I set this to always active. Nice. Cool. So we're getting both there. Okay. So ethanol, 1 bucket of each, no processor needed, will get us ethylene and something else. Cool. So as soon as we get a little bit more ethanol here, which we can help speed along, because I happen to have a hoop of that. So you should start processing now. Don't tell me you need to be a higher tier, because I'm going to be really upset if I made the wrong tier of this. Ethylene. Oh, I need a medium. Wow, that's going to be annoying. It's not that annoying, but it's a little annoying. So how to handle that? Give me a minute to think. All right, so here's what we're gonna do. Boop. Boop. Really? 2 sulfuric acid? Advanced chemical reactor. So how bad will it be to not give you enough power? Definitely hurts. And we're losing progress. So that's definitely bad, right? So what if I put this dude here? Right? And what I want to do is boop, transforming up, right? So does that mean that? Are you getting juice now? I know you're only sending LV, but are you even getting power? When I broke... Yeah, so he loses his fluids if I break him. Fair enough. You, stop doing things for a minute. Right? Yeah, you get a lot of sulfuric acid, don't you? Advanced chemical reactor. So he's getting power now. But is he getting enough? So with the MV transformation, the answer is yes. He does look like he's getting enough. So I think we don't have to run MV cables over here. I think we can just use this transformer and we'll be fine. Right? It does mean running... Is this energetic or an iron? No, it's iron. Cool. Does mean running like that, but that gets us our ethylene, right? Now, polyethylene, I checked, and that only needs 30 EU a tick, so we should be fine to use a basic chemical reactor for him, right? But what we also want to get is our basic electrolyzer, okay? Now, we're going to get a side effect of this stuff, and I'm going to have to figure out what it's useful for, but let's get our electrolyzer going first, right? So for you... Right, you're a basic electrolyzer. I want you to be an insert on blue. And you should electrolyze water so that you can make oxygen. 30 U a tick, we should be fine. I feel like you should be running, Chief. Why you ain't running? Is it because you're taking all my power? Yeah, he might be taking all the power. Maybe I should have done this as MV. Maybe I still need this guy to be an MV. I don't know when you went in there, but that's cool. So what if I rubber hammer you? Working disabled. What if I rubber hammer you and turn you on? Do you run? You do seem to be running. Yeah, you're running. Okay, cool. So I need to get more power into this. How am I going to do that? Without being too dire wiry. So here's something I'm going to try. 2 tin plate and a redstone will get me an empty spray can. I wonder... In fact, I want 2 more tin plate and a redstone. If this works like the paintbrushes in IC2. Because if it does, I can run MV cable over to that thing and prevent them from connecting. Right. Now you can be... So you get assemblered? Is that what you do for your colors? So let's get... I'm sure lapis is 1. And do we have any ink sacs? No. Do we have any poppies? Dandelions? We have a dandelion. That'll do. Works for me. So what do I do? Just do this and that, and then that. So I'm hoping what this means is I can have 2 cables next to each other and prevent them from touching. And if that's true, then I can run energetic alloy cable over there, right? How are we on energetic? Pretty darn good. I'm gonna get that. 18, so that would be rubber. And then I'm going to need 8 more of that, right? I remember. That thing has like a weird thingy-mabobber. Yeah, it's configuration 24 that you need for that. Oh well. We'll make it up here then. It's going to be slower, but it'll work. So let's try these out. Ready? So we have an energetic. So we have conductive iron. Yeah, they do. Nice. All right, so let's try this, shall we? We're going to remove this guy. And this. And this. And that. The annoyance is going to be... I'm going to need this guy connected to this guy again. So we're going to have to come in like a weird angle to make this work. But let me dire wire this off camera a little bit so I don't get yelled at. All right, so here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do this so that he can loop around that. And then you, I want to move. You can connect here just as easily as you connect there, right? So you're going to instead, not item, fluid, be extract on blue, right? And then that means this cable, the energetic alloy, can be spray painted with yellow and come down here. It's a little dire wiry, you know, but it functions, right? So that's conductive iron cable, so we're going to want to be careful with that stuff, right? And then my HV should be around here somewhere. Yep, there's my HV. So we want to make sure that you're spray painted blue. And before I connect that guy, let's make sure that you're spray painted yellow. And we know exactly what we're doing here. And because it looks like spray paint cans don't have any kind of durability, I'm just going to go hog wild. Because we don't want any accidental connections, lest we have bad things happen. And much to nobody's great surprise, I am short 1 cable exactly. Which is awesome. Okay, so you go in there to make the rest of those cables cooking. You're gonna come with me, Mr. Energetic Cables that we just made. And no explosions and no fires is a good thing. That is a good day, my friends. Look, are you getting enough power now? Yeah, your working is disabled. That's your reason for not being too happy. But you should be running, and you should be running, and everybody else seems to be going. Look, everything's cool. Everything has plenty of power. You can see it on the energy bar in whatchamacallit, in one probe, I think that is. Yes. Yes. Let's let this run for a few minutes and see. So diluted sulfuric acid is the one we have to figure out. Okay, so you guys are doing what here? Are you brown? I kind of... Yeah, that should be fine. It doesn't super matter. I try to keep things lined up with liquids. We're well past the wrapping up point, but I really kind of want to finish this out. So we're going to do the thing. Energetic alloy, no. Conductive cable, yes. Let's make sure you're spray painted blue like you should be. Right? Boop. Boop. Just to keep things nice and organized, right? Blue is low voltage, yellow is medium voltage. Red would be high voltage. Just saying. So, yeah, so you're making oxygen and hydrogen. Hydrogen I will probably want to void, along with, I'm not sure, but diluted sulfuric acid. Diluted sulfuric acid. Where are you at? There you are. What can I use you for? So I'm thinking we void diluted sulfuric acid, and we void hydrogen. I could turn it back into sulfuric acid, but it seems like an extra line of processing that I don't need to do right now. Right? Maybe we'll do that at some point in the future, but for now it doesn't seem necessary. Sulfuric acid, we get a decent amount from all the sulfur we have, right? So like we can throw this guy back in there, and then we'll have a decent amount of sulfuric acid. So what I'm going to want then is a trash can that's going to sit here, and we're going to want the fluid filter, and we're going to want ender fluid conduits so that we can filter it going up like this. Well, that's a cool... Oh, hello. Look at that. Neat. Neat little bug there. So up will be insert on green with a filter that we will filter to diluted sulfuric acid and hydrogen. And hopefully that's the right hydrogen, right? So now on you, if I were to extract always active and down should not be inserted, should only be extracting always active. Hopefully I'm doing this right. So oxygen stays, hydrogen goes. Diluted sulfuric acid. You should be getting extracted, bro. On the up and up. Maybe it's this diluted sulfuric acid that needs to be added to the whitelist. Or you know what we could do? We could easily do this. So that on the up, we do that. Now are you going to drain it properly? Come on, dude. Don't kill me. You're killing me, Smalls. Thoughts? Maybe until the ethylene is gone, it won't draw out the diluted sulfuric. That could be the case. That could be the case. And if that's the case, then here's what we're going to do. We're going to put the ethylene somewhere. Ethylene goes into another chemical reactor. A basic one. That's not going to explode, which is cool. Right? And you're going to extract... Let's do purple, because I haven't done that one yet. And you're going to insert on purple. Exactly what I was trying to avoid happening, but it's not the end of the world, right? So insert on purple. So then you will also extract on purple. And I might need to filter what you're allowed to extract, each of you. So why don't we get some filters for that? Totally want to get this production line going before we wrap up the episode. I know it's running late. I figured you guys would forgive me. Right, so you need to get your insert fluid filter should be oxygen from Greg Tech, and it should also be ethylene. So that's from ceramics, but I'm hoping that's the same one. Ethylene bucket from Greg Tech. So that if I put you on and put you on, you should hopefully be getting the right ones. Chemical reactor, please. Oxygen and ethylene. Nice. And then the diluted... Okay, cool. It's doing exactly what I was hoping it would do. Nice. So now we've fully automated polyethylene production, right? So ethylene... And you need a programmed circuit of 0. And then you're going to start working. Nice. Nice. And now we need the basic fluid solidifier. Right? That's also going to be a blue spray painted conductive iron. Okay. And And then we need the plate cast, which is probably around upstairs somewhere. There might be one. Cutting machine, precision laser engraver, quartz electrolyzer. It might be in this thing. Yeah, there's the plate mold cast. And I'm going to break and replace you. So that I can have your plate mold cast and you can empty. So you're going to go in here, Mr. Plate Mold Cast. And then you can extract on a new color. And the only thing you're producing is polyethylene, right? So we have one more energy ender conduit, which is just enough, right? I would like you to insert on cyan. You know, let's make you... gray? I like gray. How about light gray? And we're making polyethylene sheets. We're struggling a little bit with power, but not too bad. We have a lot of things on one line, to be fair, and they're all running it all the time, right? But we're doing okay. We're doing okay. And remember, there'll be some backstuffing here, right? Eventually, we'll backstuff on ethanol. It seems like it's going to be a lot of ethanol and sulfuric acid that we could backstuff on, but backstuffing is still a possibility, right? And if we wanted to, you know, we could even, like, disable overclocking. That might slow this down a little bit and therefore use a little less power. I think that's pretty awesome. Cool. Yeah, we burned through a lot of water here, but then that's going to transfer oxygen in. So, like... dudes. So now all we got to do to keep this system running is feed sulfur in, and that's it. That is cool. All right, 100% wrapping up point. Darwell20 signing off. Hope you guys enjoyed the episode. We'll catch up next time. We have plenty of polyethylene now, which is cool. And for now, take it easy.